No, I was gonna say I think we a lot of times we look at like women, they get to a certain place like, well, this is why you're single. You're this age and at this big age and you're single. You must be doing something wrong. And I'm not saying that that's not always the case or that isn't the case sometimes, but I think that we just can't. We gotta like not look at it. But I do think that there are times when women, it's like they come together and we're all single and it's like fuck men and this and that, and then it just becomes like this like negative outlook. And I almost like felt like that's what was happening in that place with them too.
Would you be accepting to a guy who was 50 years old still trying to be a rapper?
Back and I'm single, stepping out. Like, how are you feeling about dating? Are you having fun? Are you interested?
It's stupid. I hate it. It's so dumb.
I want it to be like the 90s, how y'all made it look in the movies. It ain't fun, Nia.
I want flowers sent to my house. I need you to show consistent effort.
Like,
I need you to show me that I need you.
Okay, because that's the thing.
Is...
Y'all want somebody to play dumb, but then you already dumb. Now we both dumb?
Okay, I'm leaving. I gotta go.
You know I'm not lying, Nia.
So what about it?
I mean,
ain't Nia like 50-something years old? Why is she in the discussion right now?
You can't have bad needs.
What that got to do? Wait, what does age have to do with not being in the conversation of dating? If you're single, you're dating. Why? What does age have to do with it?
She's like on the verge of having an AARP membership. Like she should have figured this out already.
But if you're single, you're dating. I don't care if you're 25, 35, or 85. What does age have to do with dating? You can be in the conversation if you're dating, and singles date.
Period.
We have to stop with this ageism thing. If you're single, you qualify to date. You don't. She could have figured it out, and now she's doing it again. Like, and also, she has had a huge career, which oftentimes puts them in a very single place. When you are a superstar, they end up single a lot. So I'm just saying, like,
I think it depends on how you arrived at that singledom, that single nature. Like from what I know, y'all can correct me. I think it does. I'm speaking for me. I think that there's just a certain point to where you're supposed to have certain things figured out. Now, if you were somehow, some way, maybe widowed, or maybe you did the 20-year stretch with your dude and it didn't work out, cool. But from what I gather, I can't recall this woman particularly.
That's Nia Long, right?
I can't recall her ever. I just don't recall her ever having anybody of.
She was married.
Was
she?
She
got cheated on, right?
Yeah, she was married to Ime Udoka.
She was married
they were engaged. I don't know if they ever got married though.
No, they were married.
Give us free. You talking about Amistad? She was married to Amistad?
No, the Celtics coach. He was coaching the Celtics at the
coach back in the day.
Oh, okay.
I think it doesn't. I think it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. I think
She was never married to him. They were in a long-term relationship.
Well, he cheated on her.
I think it's true. Yeah. I think what you're almost like insinuating it's almost like when people look at like, oh, this person's 50 something or 60 something years old, like why are they even dating? They should already have somebody. But I think that's not a fair assessment, because anything could happen at all, and I don't think it's fair for her to say, oh, okay, well, you get the pass because your ex-husband died. You get a pass because they were abusive and they cheated. You get a pass because I just think that this is where a person is. Even if you were with somebody for 30 years and it was an amicable separation, a split, I think it should be okay. I think that we look at.
No, Mike, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say, I think a lot of times we look at like women, when they get to a certain place, like, well, this is why you're single. You're this age and at this big age and you're single. You must be doing something wrong. And I'm not saying that that's not always the case, or that isn't the case sometimes, but I think that we just can't, we gotta like not look at it. But I do think that there are times when women, it's like they come together and we're all single and it's like fuck men and this and that, and then it just becomes like this like negative outlook. And I almost like felt like that's what was happening in that place with them too.
Would you be accepting to a guy who was 50 years old still trying to be a rapper? Would you be as supportive?
That's not the same.
That's a false equivalence.
Why is it not the same?
Because a rap career and marriage is not the same thing. Like rap careers come once in a lifetime to people. Like successful rap careers come once in a lifetime to people. Marriage is not so scarce that nobody. Yeah, everybody can't be a Dr. Dre, but everybody can't be like a Jay-Z, a Dr. Dre, or whatever. But we can all be husbands and wives at some point. Yes, we can.
I think
we put in enough effort.
I think why I introduced it may not be a fair equivalent, but I think that the reaction is what I was trying to kind of get to. You can clearly decipher that someone at that age should have certain things figured out. And that's why I asked the question. It's the same thing with marriage, and honest my opinion. I gave the pass because at some point, if you have already done this at the highest level of being married, and somehow, some way things didn't work out, whatever those variables are, they're those variables. But she's talking like she's 20-something years old, and that's problematic. That's how she comes across. She sounds like a young girl, and I'm kind of like, well, no, you should have had this figured out already.
It's hard.
I don't know if that's a bad example, because people say that you gonna be in love once in a lifetime. That's kind of like even a saying, and then on top of that, it's kind of like that 18 to 30 range for rapping is damn near the same age for like the ideal time to find a spouse.
Not really. I mean, old people get married.
What's the perfect age to find a man?
No, but the thing is that they're to, I think, Bo's point, right? Old people get married to other old people. No one in this chat is in Nia Long's dating range, right? So there's so many people who are getting divorced between the ages of 40 and 60. That's a lot of divorces happen during that range. She's, what? How old is she? 50 something?
50 something.
50 something?
56.
Right? 56. So she's back on the market after being off of the market for 12, 15 years. I don't know how long she was dating that man before he cheated on her. They broke up. And before that, she was in another long-term relationship. So it's like she's been on the date market for 3 years, and she's like, dang, this ain't what I'm used to. Last time you was dating was pre-pandemic. The time before that, it was the early 2000s. Life is different.
Do you think dating is different, or
yes?
No, hold on. Let me give you the or. Do you think dating is different, or the bargaining power she has within the dating market has changed, so she's experiencing it different?
No, I don't think that's it, because when you talk to men who are her age, think about how they dated, right? We just was talking about the 90s. Think about how men dated in the 80s, right? And when she was at her prime, right? Or the 90s compared to now. Life is different. And the interactions, people like to act like people don't have baggage, right? She's dating people who are likely divorced, who already had kids like she has kids, right? And who are back on the market after their own hurts and wants. Women now, y'all were just talking about how women don't want to be approached at the gym. They don't want to be approached here. They want to be approached there. So they're apprehensive. And then on top of it, she is celebrity status. So anybody who does date her, even if she tries to date someone who's non-celebrity, the people I know who got money, who are non-celebrity, they don't want to be in the spotlight. So it's like, so dating a celebrity is not going to be within it has nothing to do with her personal. It's her career path is what she's into, right? So I just think that there's going to be a number of barriers for her, and it's not based on age. It's based on a number of different things. And so I can see it being difficult to adjust, having been in multiple long-term relationships, right? And then being used to how things were at your heyday. And she might have lucked up, went from one long-term relationship to another one, and didn't have much dating time. So now she's really on the market for the last about 3 years.
But I will say it does get harder the older you get. So to True's point, it does. Sorry. No, it does get harder the older you get. So, you know, the pickings are a little bit slimmer. And I think in her career, I think it gets harder too, because a person has to, you got to either date somebody who's understanding, who's also in your career, you know, that whole thought process as well, because they are, you know, you're fighting with time, like, especially if you're that successful in your career.